Hi, today I want to share with you a list of my top 10 favorite YouTube channels. I watch a lot of YouTube. I enjoy it much more than television or Netflix. So, this was a suggestion from one of the Aegean Dream followers, and I thought, wow, that's a great idea. She also suggested that when you're finished with the video, if you'd like to share one of your channels that you enjoy and why. Let's start. The first on my list is Thoughtful Creativity by Alisa. Alisa uploads every Friday and Saturday, and it's a craft, sewing, and DIY channel. It's mostly sewing, which is why I found her. I sew a lot. I love to sew, and I'm pretty good at it. But I find in these times, it's hard to find patterns. At least here, I don't know if you can still find them easily in the States, but here I can't. I can order them online, or I can go to a store, look through a book, and order them and wait a week or two. So I started searching around, and found Elisa's channel. And what she does is not only give you great tips on sewing and tricks and good tools to use, but she also teaches you how to draft your own patterns. I've successfully drafted probably three or four different things from her, and I really, really like it. And she's a very personable young woman and cute. She's very cute to listen to. She has a charming little accent. So that's number 10, Alisa. Number 9 is Leigha Butler. Leigha Butler is a yoga instructor, and I found her channel because although I am not a yoga practitioner, I find that I need stretching. And she has couple great videos on senior stretching. So it's perfect for me. And I try to start my morning. It's maybe 6 minutes, 7 minutes. I try to start my morning with Leigha Butler. I kind of got out of it during the holidays, but this morning, yay, I'm back. And I feel she's right. You feel grounded and happy to face the day. Number 8 is Bob and Brad. They are physical therapists, and they're very knowledgeable, very experienced. And I go to them like just kind of to check out this issue or that issue, and if I should go to a doctor or if I can handle it with physical therapy, or if I actually need to go to my physical therapist. I have an excellent therapist here on the island, but mostly I can find relief from whatever is ailing me using Bob and Brad. And I'm using them now to take care of plantar fasciitis. Never knew if such a thing existed. But at the end of the summer, my last show down in Poros, which I was there for 3 days, wearing these absolutely darling, horribly uncomfortable flat sandals with no arch, no nothing. And I came home with a pain in my heel. I was like, oh, what's this about? Anyhow, found out what it was, found some exercises and therapy from Brad and Bob, and it's almost recovered, but it does take a long time. Okay, number 7 is Escape to the Country. I found this when we were house sitting in England, and it comes from the UK, and it's a wonderful program, been on for eons, and they take a couple who are looking for a house in the countryside. They have their criteria, and they show them 3 different houses. And at the end of each house, the game is to guess what it costs. I mean, they don't win anything, but it's just part of the charm of it. But they do more than that. They show you the area, they give you some history. If there's local crafts going on, they usually take part in the crafts. And the agents who do the house showing are just so personable. And of course, England is a beautiful country, so I get to see lots of England that I never would see otherwise, and that's why I enjoy Escape to the Country. Even my husband, who doesn't understand it that well enjoys it because it doesn't have subtitles. Um, so after that, number 6 is CBS Sunday Morning. Okay, I'm an American, so it's pure nostalgia. When I used to go back every winter and stay with my friend in her mother in law apartment, every Sunday morning we watched together, but in our separate areas, CBS Sunday Morning. Love it. It gives you a wrap up of the week's programming, of the week's happening, and it's usually done in a very positive and beautiful way. So I can watch that. I can't get it live, but I can watch it on YouTube. And it's 7 hours different, so it's usually around 2 or 3 o'clock that I get it here. Uh, Number 5 is The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Same thing, nostalgia, but his humor. I think he's a kind, good person. He's very easy to listen to, and I love his humor. I love his humor. He does a lot of political humor, so that I almost can get live. It's not quite, it finishes up there. I think it's like at 11 or 11:30, and about the time I'm drinking my coffee, because there's 7 hours difference, um, I get to watch Stephen Colbert. So I like that show. Okay, number 4 is Rewilding Jude. Jude is a young man who his life kind of took a big jolt when he lost both his mom and his dad in the same year. And he was in the textile business, and he sold his business, sold his house, and he went to the north part of Scotland. He is Scottish, and bought a old stone house in the Scottish countryside. And his video, he comes out once a week on Sunday. His videos are stunningly beautiful. His videography is fabulous. And he's not a professional. Everything, and he's not a DIYer, he says, but everything he's doing is DIY, and he's doing most of it himself. So he's trying to make this into a homestead. The house has a lot of work on it, and there's a lot of outbuildings and land. He's a joy to watch. Uh, he just has a nice personality. It's him I go to the show for. He's the draw. He's quirky. He's a little odd, but he's just a nice guy. So I love Rewilding Jude. Next we have Ruth Aisling. Ruth is also Scottish, and her videos. When did she put out? I don't see where she posts. I don't think I have that written down. But she's touring the Scottish countryside, learning all about it herself in her camper van, who's named Ernie. So she and Ernie travel all over a lot of very remote places and beautiful places. And she has a drone camera that she uses beautifully. She's very well spoken. Her videos are very interesting. She goes to places that I didn't know existed. And she gives great historic background to the places she visits. But it's mostly, the videos are just stunning. So next we have number 2, which is connected to number 1. My favorite all-time YouTube channel is the Newbys. The Newbys are a youngish couple. She is from Zimbabwe, South Africa, and he is from England, but he's lived all over the world and traveled all over the world, a lot of time in Finland. So it's John and Tara, and I started watching them as they were buying this dilapidated farm in northern Portugal with an eye to making a off-grid lifestyle. Uh, they've had it now for 3 years. So since I've started watching, they have, well, actually, I think I started, they have, there's Tara, John, Crusoe is the first boy, Sawyer is the second boy, and I think I started watching as Crusoe was. They went back to England to birth Crusoe. But then I went back from the beginning and started watching all of them. I mean, these people are amazing people. They traveled all over before Crusoe was born in their camper van that John outfitted. And then they bought this property, and Crusoe was born, and then Sawyer was born. And they're two little tow-headed, darling children who are growing up kind of free range. And now there's a little dog added to it, Obi. Obi is a border collie. So they post every Wednesday and Sunday. And I wait for the time. I watch all day because they don't come out at a certain time. And I watch that straight through every single time. So they're rebuilding. They took down old buildings, put up new buildings. John is a terrific, talented builder. He can build anything, and he kind of dreams these things up with no plans, and feels as he goes. But now they're building a proper house, and it's just so interesting. Now I say they're 1 and 2 because their other channel is what do they call it? The Newbys Explore. I was gonna say adventure, but it's Explore. So that channel has like their old videos where they were traveling all over the world. And it also now has, because they travel with these children as much as they can before they start school, they want to, I forget how many countries Crusoe has already visited. They're just really super likable people. Their videos are top notch. They're both intelligent, well-spoken, kind, open-minded, and they are raising 2 of the most wonderful children you can imagine. I wish I was younger so I could see these guys turn into men, because I think they're going to be great. And then you add Obi. Obi is this darling border collie. And yeah, so those are my 10. I hope you enjoyed them. I'm going to list them all below, and so you can try them out, or any that sound nice to you. And please share some of yours. What is your favorite? Do you have some video you're passionate about? I would love to find it. And comment on, if you see any of these that you like, please leave comments for the rest of the Aegean Dream tribe. Maybe they want to try it out. So that's what I have for today. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, you could give me a thumbs up. I wouldn't mind at all. Comments are always welcome. I love connecting with you. And subscribe. So that's it for today. Ciao for now.